Hello, and welcome to Port to Table, where we share the flavors of the world. We have many wonderful traditions that celebrate our Dutch culinary heritage, but there's one tradition that is so satisfying that it's celebrated every week as we cruise the glaciers of Alaska. The day we visit Hubbard Glacier or Glacier Bay may be misty and so ethereal, creating the perfect visual for the awe-inspiring majesty that is Alaska. Or the day may be sunny and bright and the mood will be festive and celebratory. Either way, the day begins early and appetites for food and scenery are sharp. Cameras click and breath is frosty until that magic moment when the Dutch pea soup is placed in your hands. The soup is so thick that a spoon can stand upright, and the aroma is mouth-watering, and the flavor is so soul-satisfying. So we want to share that recipe with you so we can take you with us in this journey to Alaska. You can share this recipe with family and friends, and you will enjoy it on a cold winter's day as you think of a beautiful cruise to Glacier Bay, or maybe something hot and sunny like Mexico. Heat the pan over medium-high heat and now add a little extra virgin olive oil for cooking. I've divided the sausage into 2 cups. 1 cup is diced and 1 cup is sliced. The sliced will be put in at the end of the recipe, so we're going to get this golden brown and create some nice flavor in the bottom of the pan. Like all good soups, this is going to start with a cup of leeks, a cup of onions, and a cup of celery, and a cup of carrots. They all come together to form the perfect ratio for a mirepoix to give this soup depth of flavor. You're going to dice all of them quite fine so that they are able to cook quickly in the soup, but they maintain their integrity in the recipe. Let's start with the onions. They're an aromatic and they're the anchor layer of this recipe, and all the other flavors are going to bind to it as you construct the soup. You just want to sweat these so that they're flavoring the olive oil that's still in there and they're sort of brownness from the bottom of the pan. Takes about 2 to 3 minutes in order to get them nice and translucent and very fragrant. Then you're going to start to layer the other flavors. White onion is really good in a soup because it's got a lower sugar content. Makes the soup taste fresh and delicious, but also very rich. With the leeks, you're going to use the green, the light green and the white part. That's where the flavor is. And it adds a rich element from the allium family to make this soup dense. The only ingredient we're missing here is celeriac or celery root, and we just couldn't find it in the grocery store. But if you find it, use it. It's delicious. And then it will be time to add the carrots. The carrots are going to take the longest to cook, which is fine, but under pressure, all the flavor stays right in the pot, so the soup is rich and delicious. And then here comes the pork bone. Now I've added the pork hock, and that's going to add a smoky richness to the soup itself. 2 bay leaves, celery leaves, the rinsed and drained dried split pea. In goes the diced sausage, and that will cook through with the soup. Here come the potatoes. We're using Dutch potatoes, and so they're a little more waxy potato. They're yellow. The coolest part of a yellow waxy potato is it doesn't discolor. So they've been happily sitting in the bowl, just staying golden. So we're going to add our chicken stock. And I chose a box stock. It's easy to make your own, but box stock works very well, and this one just happens to be a low sodium version, which tastes great and is well flavored. Know that the difference between stock and broth is stock has bones in it. Broth does not, and frequently stock is not seasoned. So it will add a nice, clean, delicious flavor to the soup itself. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and now it's time to put on the lid. When you're using a pressure cooker, you start the cook time when pressure comes to high, and that's very quickly happening. Once you see the red ring on this particular one, then you start your timer. 30 minutes start to finish, and you can begin the rest of the preparation to finish this. I'm going to pair this with a little sort of Dutch snack that is delicious. If you can find dark rye bread that's full of nuts and seeds, that's the perfect complement to this. I'm using a light rye with seeds, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of butter, and I've toasted it so that it will be warm and delicious with the soup. Make sure you get every element into the bowl itself. And know that the first day the soup is delicious, but if you chill it well and reheat it the next day, it will be even richer and thicker and more traditional. I removed the 2 bones from here and the pork chop, shredded them and put them back into the dish. Tidy up your bowl, and then add a little bit of the sliced sausage for garnish. 3 is perfect. I hope you've enjoyed this wonderful recipe, and I hope you'll come back and cook with me again. Traditional Dutch pea soup, a Glacier Bay favorite. Happy cooking.